Vogliatemi Bene, pardon my Italian pronunciation, from Madden Butterfly. Normally I do a playthrough, but it doesn't make sense on its own sometimes. It's too hard to follow the rhythm, and I couldn't play it together with a recording because I couldn't follow what they were doing either. I really need a conductor. So I'm just going to talk through some of this, maybe play some for you to play along with as well. So from the beginning, we've got andante sostenuto con sordina dolcemente. Dolcemente, I suppose, means sweetly. So here's the rhythm. I honestly, I get lost every time we play this. I get lost with all these what beat are we on? We're on an up bow. Is that the second note or the third note of the bar? There's a rest. Did I play the rest in the right place? I just get really, really lost. So I'm going to try to count, constantly counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're always playing on and for these first two lines. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm just going to think about that now before I think about anything else that's going on around us. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 off and 2 and 3 and 4 and so it goes, and it's so easy to get lost. If you do get lost, try and just watch what I'm doing, to have the same bow as me, and we're listening out. The singer comes in, and on the, what's this, the 8th bar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th bar, on the very last note, the very last quaver, which you call an 8th note, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, there's a pause, and there you get your bearings again. Now, we're playing this kind of at the point of the bow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But we need more bow than this for that last 8th note. So towards the end of that 8th bar, we've got to start to move up the bow a little bit so that we have enough bow for that last 8th note. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then look like a whole bow to do it. And off and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it gets easier here because it's 1 bar at a time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and off and 2 and 3 and 4 off, and you can keep your bearings from the first beat of the bar. So we need to mark each note. It needs to have a clear start so that you do get that offbeat feel or that rhythm. Otherwise it's just a mush of 1. We need to really hear 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just a little press with the first finger, just to, it's not even an accent, but just a mark for that, the change of note. 1. I'm almost stopping the bow, just a tiny gap between them so that we can hear that rhythm clearly. Now, what else is going on? While we're playing this, so the violin is doing some. It's got this solo, so I'm going to try and sing the solo while I play the notes, for the second violin notes, just to see where it fits in. So it's da da. Okay, so I spent a long time just on these 8 bars or 8 or 12 bars, just so I can keep my bearings and not get lost. But if you get lost, try and just fit in with everyone else. The first are playing the same rhythm as the seconds, as the violas, so we're all together in that. Okay, moving on. After 1, 2, 9, figure 1, 2, 9, we have it's just a crotchet, a quarter note, so 2 quavers tied together, 2 eighths notes. So watch you don't play that too long, because I can sometimes hear people playing that note very long. I think somewhere else in the orchestra there is a long note going, but we're only playing 1 crotchet, 8 quarter note. So from that first bar on the second page, 1 bar after, no, it's 5 bars after 129. So we go 1 and 2 off, 3, 4, 1 and 2 off, 3, 4. Get the mute off, it's quick. There's poco rit, so we have a little bit of time, and then we're pianissimo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and there's a bit of a rit, so we've really got to watch we don't slow down too much, but don't get ahead either. So 1, and I'm playing, okay, for the top players, and look, this is really just divisi in 2. So let's divide in 2, and the top players play the top line of the top line, and the bottom players play the bottom line of the bottom line, and that should cover all the notes. So top players, and who's that? That's me, that's Christian, it's Kai, and it's Susanna. So the 4 of us, we're all playing the top line. I'm starting on a 2nd finger on this B flat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now there is a ritenuto here, and there's a diminuendo. Now when we go up in the register in notes, the tendency is just to get louder, and it's a diminuendo, so it's the opposite of what we would naturally do. Naturally we want to go, but no, it's the other way around. And then mezzo forte, it's a bit louder. We go from pianissimo to mezzo forte. And here it's tempo animato. I think it speeds up just a little bit here, so really watching out for the tempo. Crescendo molto. And more crescendo here. And diminuendo. So fingering wise, on this D flat I start on a 1, and I'm just in the 4th position. Now I'm in 4th position on an E flat on 1. If I go to an E flat here on the 4th finger, all I'm doing is stretching. I'm stretching 1 tone, so I'm not changing position until I'm on that, and then I can bring my 1st finger forward. So 1, 2 on the C, D, 2, so we're on a 3 for that F, but then we need a 1 for the C. So if you open your hand, can you see? I have a space between each finger here, so that's F. What's before an F? E flat, D flat, and all I need to do with that 1st finger is bring it back a semitone to find that C. So we're on F. I went too far. Now we really count here. 1 or 3, 4, 1, 2, da 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 da. So 3, 4, 1, 2. And again, I'm stretching, but it's even further this time because I'm going from A. So I'm stretching to an F. I'm not changing position. And then I bring my hand back to meet the position. crescendo, accent. 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, off. Okay, I'm looking at the bottom line from 2 before the, I want to say 27, but I think that's the page number. This bit here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now here I am in, what am I in? Second position. Now this whole section here is mostly I'm playing on the A string for this, so that we get consistent sound across the passage. So it's not... It's okay if you play that in first, but there's a point where if you want to get these high Fs when they come later, you're going to need to be in another position. So from second position, this is 2-2. Now we're in third position. I'm just stretching back for that C. 3, 4, 1, 2. And that bit works beautifully in second position. So if we can be on a 1 on that second finger, then we just stay on 1 for the F. 1, 2, 2. What have I done wrong? I've done something, because that's supposed to be a 1, that F. Yes, sorry, from 130. This time I'm going 1, 2, and a 1 on that E flat. Because I want to go on a 1 on this F, on the A string, and a 2 for that C, because then I'm in the right position to find that high F. If you want to get that high F, you need a 1 on the F there. What bar is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 before 131. We need to get on a 1 on the A string. So not here, but here. And then you're in the right position. So good luck with that. If it's too difficult, like I said in an email somewhere, play those Fs down. So but give it a go. I'm sure you can do it. I know you can do it. You can find those Fs out of nowhere. So then we go into Allegro Moderato, and then all hell breaks loose here. So I'm going to give you a piece of advice. I think it might be really bad advice, but my suggestion is block everything out that's going on around you and just watch the beat. Okay, I think it's in 4, it's fast 4. There's stuff going on in the orchestra, especially in the firsts, that kind of goes a little bit against what we are doing, and it can put you off. It can really put you off. So like I say, it's not the best advice, but I say block everything out. At least when you get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th bar. First they're doing something in that 7th bar that can put us off our rhythm. They're doing something at 132 that can put us off our rhythm. So let's be really clear about the rhythm. I suggest you practice this section without the tremolo. Just get clear on the rhythm. Just do down, up, whatever comes. So we've got that solid, then you can put the tremolo in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the first 6 bars should be easy enough. Again, we're still in Division 2, okay? We've got the top Division 2 players playing the top of the top line, and then we've got the bottom players playing the bottom of the bottom line, and that covers all the notes. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the violins are doing some da 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 da, and that comes on the second bar of these tremolos. So we've got tremolo, da 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 da, the violins do, and then they do it again, da 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 da, and that da da comes on the second bar, the fourth bar, and then you gotta start counting from these E flats. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So that's without the tremolo. I go again from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th bar of 131. 1, 2, 3, no, it's faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I play it with a tremolo now. I'm just going to go from that same place. So 1, 2, 3. I don't think there's any right at the end there. I know that the singer comes on the last crotchet, the last quarter note. He comes un po, I don't know what notes, but he comes un po, and he has a note on the first beat of the bar there. Oh, and watch out, don't really, when you get to the end, see how excited and agitated I am. When you get to the end there, it's really easy to go, I did it, I got through it, I can relax. But no, we've got 1 bar rest, 2 bars rest, and then we come in with 1, 2, 3, 4. And that catches me out every time. First of all, I think that note is pit staccato, and it's not. I don't know why I think it's pits. It's a quaver, 8th note. It's got a dot on it. Sure, it looks like this, but it's got a down bow above it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're not finished yet. Now, I've got a page turn here, but some of you might have your pages arranged a different way, so you don't. I think it's better if you don't have a page turn here, because you can see it coming. So, I want to talk about this, what bar is that? Goodness, us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10th bar after 131. That A minim, what's that? Whole note? Half note. It's a half note. The minim, I want that on an up bow because I need to get to the middle of the bow to do these semiquavers. If I'm on a down bow on an A, it's very difficult to play semiquavers at the point of the bow. So I go down, 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 up, and I'm not slurring these together. I'm actually stopping that A to prepare myself. Can we get on 3? So 1, 2, 3. So I am cutting that minim half note short, but waiting for the 3rd beat. So 1, 2. So let's look at the bottom line because you have a slightly different rhythm there. I'll go from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th bar of 131. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2. You've got a couple extra notes in there, but once you get the 1, 2, it's the same from the G. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is a little awkward, this about it in groups of 4. So you've got 2 there. When you go from the C to the G, well, when you play the first C, put your second finger down both on the A string and the E string. So you're ready with that G. So there's the 4th finger that's... Let's break that into... So they are different fingerings. So we've got 2, 4, 2, open. And then we've got 4, 3, 1, 3. Crescendo and a diminuendo. 3, 4, 1, crescendo. I did that wrong. And a diminuendo there. So it's a bit hectic, but really, if you know the rhythm before all the tremolo, that's half the battle. And do put the dynamics in, it makes it more interesting, more exciting, more alive. And yeah, I hope that helps with that bit. Now remember when we've done, keep going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. This should be straightforward. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 bar before 133. So I've looked at the score, and the horns are going bam, 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 bam. Don't know what notes they're playing, but the horns are on the beat, all 4 beats of the bar before 133. So you don't really need to count those. Well, you do count them, but count them by listening to the horns. So we go 1, because there is an allargando, and I don't know how big an allargando it is. So horns, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the bowing wrong there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and... So this is a total change of tempo. It's kind of lilting, as in 6/8. Da, 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 da. So you have to be ready for it. You know it's coming. We've got a change of key signature as well. So we've gone from B flat with B flats and E flats to, is this A? Yes, with 3 sharps. So if you know how it sounds in your head, it helps to play the right notes here. And this moves along quite quickly. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th bar after 133, where we just have this sea of black notes. Let's break that down a little bit. It is just an A major scale. That's all. You can play A major, right? Of course, it doesn't have that rhythm. But first of all, it starts on a G sharp. So it's broken down. There's 7 notes in the first beat, and there's 8 notes in the second beat. Starts on G sharp. So if I go back a little bit, 1, a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. These are your marker notes. The first note that comes on the... I'm dividing in 6 in my head. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 2. The first G sharp starts on 2. And then the next G sharp is on 3. And then an A on 1. So I would say the most important thing is we all land on that A together. So that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for the A on the first beat. When I listen to orchestras playing this, I can hardly even hear. The first violins and the second violins are both playing this run. And I can't hear it. And I can't believe we're expected to play it all together. It's too fast for this to be together. So I think it's just a big whoosh and a big rush of notes, and we all land on that A together. So it's all in an up bow. I think there's a bit of time. I don't think it's exactly in time, because I always seem to get to that A too early, because I think I've played it 1, 2, 3, 1, and there is a little bit of time. So you've got to save your bow, and then for the second, the third beat, the last quaver, 8th note, whoosh your bow fast. And let's see if we can all land on that A. Let me play this from here. 1. And if you haven't caught it yet, when we start on that A, the sostenendo, that's in being beaten in 6. So it's a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it seems to speed up a little bit, and then we're back in 2. Oh. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1. So we've got a ritenuto there. We're playing the same as the singer here. So along with the singer, and we're just watching for where the beat is. I think when there's a rallentando, it's easy to slow down too much. So let's just stay on the beat. And then we have, a bar to put a mute on. Now, the next rhythm. We've got sextuplets. So I'm thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's da 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 da. Really sweet, these crotches. They have a line under them, so they're a little bit marked, and like sostenuto. Cheating a little bit here. It would be nice to play this E with some vibrato and sweetness and softness, and I'm playing a harmonic. It's not the prettiest sound, but it's the most reliable way of finding that note. So we've got so we have an E on the first beat, then the second note is another E, but it's written as a D double sharp. Don't ask me why. It's something to do with the key we're in and how these notes are all relative to each other. It's the same note, so and what's the rhythm here? Because the first time these notes come on the beat, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, but the second time it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in the lower line I don't know if I actually knew this, but the G sharp, so we've got, I would be inclined to play this. If you play that D sharp with a fourth finger, it's possible, it's very possible. It is possible, but it's quite hard. So I'm thinking of that D sharp as an E flat in third position, and the B natural is just, instead of being C, it's, so it's 3-1, but if that's hard to find, then just do 4-2. But yes, the G sharp there, this is a G sharp here, and then it's not G sharp marked up an octave, but it must be a G sharp. So there's the rule. If there's a G sharp in the bar, it's G sharp throughout the whole bar, no matter where the G is. I don't think I knew that. Okay, let's move on. So 1, 2, 3, and pause. Pause. How do we find these notes? 2, 3, and pause. Pause. So on the second pause on the A flat, I'm going to first finger on the D string. So on B flat, I'm on a second finger. So A flat is first finger. Now, yeah, I might be, I feel there's a cleaner way of doing this than how I'm doing it, but this is what I'm doing. I am going first finger, and I am stretching my second finger to an A flat. And then I'm stretching my fourth finger. So I almost feel like I don't even change position. So I have the second finger as a base, just to stretch. So try that. There's other ways where if you can get, maybe you want a 3, third position on this B flat, and an A flat on a second, and then you can move your first to an A flat. That might be an easier way of doing it, but I don't like that shift from a 2 to a 1. It's very possible. Try it out. The lower line there, you're not doing anything that you need fingering for that. Okay. 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Pause. Now they're not terribly long pauses. So 3, 4, and pause. Pause. 6. Here's the rhythm here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and pianissimo. I think the rest is fairly self-explanatory. There's more detail I could go into, but that's pretty much the main rhythmical and fingering things. I could go into more dynamics, but please look at the dynamics and play as best as you can what's written. Try not to ignore them. Try to add them into your your mind where you're looking for dynamics. The thing about this, there is so many markings and you're probably not going to see them all, but let's get the notes, let's get the rhythm, and let's get the dynamics. And then, hey, we're sorted. Yeah. I hope that clears up the mystery of this piece.